Well, it's another humdrum Monday, but you know what that means. It is time to look at another Armies of Star Wars Black Series shelf. And this week, I've got a new format or a new kind of design that I went with. And let me just take a moment and say that one of the things that I love in this world are vintage Marvel Star Wars comics. And I have many issues. I do not have a complete set, but I'm working on it. And these actually I have owned since I was a kid back in the 70s. And I'm proud to say that I still have most of them. They've survived. And these are a fragile thing indeed. If you think collecting Star Wars figures is a labor of love, collecting Star Wars comics is even more so. Just the amount of time and care it takes to keep them in good order. But I thought it made for a really cool, interesting background, especially with the vintage Stormtroopers. So let's delve into my Star Wars comic collection a little bit and randomize them and maybe put them in the background of some of these displays. I thought that might be kind of a cool look. So obviously we're looking at the Imperial Sandtroopers. Probably, let's be real, this is probably everybody's favorite Stormtroopers. And from a scene that really needs no introduction, this is it, right? And not only the Sandtroopers, but I have the Imperial Patrol Dewback, which you gotta get. If you don't have this, I highly recommend getting that Dewback. It is quite a piece. Everybody loves that. And also the land speeder is really phenomenal. It's a phenomenal piece. And so that's SH Figure Arts Luke, SH Figure Arts droids, and a Black Series Kenobi. And honestly, these figures right here, these three figure arts, they're worth the money. They are just phenomenal figures. And as much as I love the Black Series, I do delve into the SH, and we'll get into that collection as well. I own several SH, and those are always seem to be worth it for me. But featured here with the Stormtroopers, there's actually a hodgepodge or a mismatch of different ones. So here's a Jedha Patrol backpack and a Remnant Stormtrooper. And then there's one of the original Black Series figures with a Jedha backpack. And then I've got some 2020 Stormtroopers in there. And but all of them together, when you start mixing up the gear and you start sort of mishmashing the Stormtroopers, that Remnant really makes an awesome Sandtrooper. I know not everybody loves that digital printing, but I think it looks awesome. There's another original Sandtrooper, and I just think he looks awesome. I don't think there's anything wrong with that figure at all. And he stands in and fills in beautifully with the newer figures. But there it is. There's my Sandtrooper Tatooine Luke. Now, this is a little bit overkill for me. I don't really go for this many figures on a shelf all at the same time. But let's face it, this is a scene. This is the scene of scenes, in many people's opinion. And so I kind of went for it. So maybe I'll break it up and divide this in two. But for today's purposes, we're going with it. Let me know what you think about the vintage comics in the background. I think it kind of adds a little splash. It gives a little bit of legitimacy to the scene and kind of pays homage to the 70s. And I really kind of like what it does. But you let me know. Maybe it's a bit much. But normally I have the figures in the background, as seen with these bad Larrys down here, and that's its own look. I just gave away the keys of the kingdom there. They're coming. I'm going through my collection and doing this whole shelf with those. So there you go. There's a little spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Thank you so much for looking as always, and we'll do it again next week.